What a day. A warm front moved through the area early this afternoon, clearing skies out behind it, and temperatures surging into the 90s. Now we've got clouds beginning to move in from the west. This is looking to the southwest from Allo Communications, and we're definitely seeing clouds building up. It's along a dry line, an eventual cold front coming our way, and ahead of that we may see a few thunderstorms developing. Temperature-wise, we're still sitting at 88 degrees. Incredible today in Lincoln. The record high, or at least the previous record high, was 86. We hit 91 this afternoon, and we've had peak winds of 62 miles per hour so far out at the airport. It's 89 degrees in Fairbury and 87 in Beatrice, but there is a cold front. It's back to the west. Notice the temperature is down to 69 degrees in Kearney, whereas it's still 80 degrees in Grand Island, and the winds have shifted around to the west-northwest. In Lincoln, we're still ahead of the cold front, where winds are out of the south, gusting to 48 miles per hour as of this afternoon, or as of this hour, I should say. And notice the dew point, 54 in Lincoln to 30 in York. A dry line exists right smack through the middle of the area. Ahead of it, we've got some slightly higher humidity, low-level moisture that's going to help fuel thunderstorms that potentially develop later on this evening. Right now, you can see the clouds that are developing. This is ahead of the cold front. The cold front's actually back here, as we saw, out towards the Grand Island area. And now we are starting to see just a few isolated showers beginning to develop, which is right on with what Stormcast has been suggesting. In fact, I'll show you that in just a moment, but the warm front extends north of that. The main severe threat is off to our north and northeast, and that's where tornado watches are in effect for the northeast corner of the state until 10 o'clock tonight. Even tornado warnings currently in effect across portions of northern Iowa, and that's where I think the best tornadic threat will be as we go through the evening hours. Now, there's still instability. In fact, that's what most of these thunderstorms are firing up along, as a boundary of instability. We still have some of that down here, again, ahead of the dry line, and that's why we're going to keep the chance for a few thunderstorms this evening. Stormcast is doing a fantastic job on the placement of these showers right now. This is looking right now at 6:15. Notice as we go through the next hour, by 7 o'clock, we're starting to see a little line developing. Well, that starts to quickly strengthen, and between 7:30 and 8 o'clock, Stormcast is suggesting we'll have a line of thunderstorms beginning to develop, perhaps on the west side of Lincoln, down towards Crete and Fairbury. This will keep moving off to the east, passing through the Lincoln area probably between 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock this evening. Some brief heavy downpours and some strong winds will be possible along this. Can't roll some hail at least up through right around 8 o'clock, and I think after 8 o'clock that threat for hail begins to diminish. There could also be an isolated tornado along this thunderstorm line. By 10 o'clock, this line is now through Beatrice, down into southeastern Gage County and heading towards Pawnee County, finally moving out of here by about 11 o'clock tonight, and then maybe a few lingering showers coming in early tomorrow morning. So the main threat, I think, is going to be strong winds out of these thunderstorms as they move through. As I mentioned, the potential for some hail up through about 8 o'clock, and then after that, I think the hail threat, or at least the large hail threat, begins to diminish. And again, we can't rule out the chance for a tornado. Not a ton of rain coming with this, maybe a couple tenths of an inch, and that's about it. Overnight, our temperatures drop down into the 30s. It's going to be much cooler tomorrow. Winds will be blustery out of the west-northwest, gusting to 40 miles per hour. And because of that, it's not a good day to be doing any burning outside. You'll notice on our fire weather index, once again, there are fire watches in effect for much of the state tomorrow, but just know, and I said this the other day, or yesterday, just not a good week at all to be doing any outdoor burning, because still have very dry vegetation. We're going to have gusty winds through much of this week. Just not a good time to be doing it. 7-day forecast, 54 degrees on Thursday, still remaining breezy, 56 degrees by Friday. So we head towards the weekend, temperatures in the middle to upper 50s, and there will be a chance for a few passing showers moving through the day on Sunday. Early next week, temperatures struggling to reach 50 degrees on Monday, and then we start to jump up a bit, back up into the 50s and 60s and maybe 70s for the end of next week. Nonetheless, we're going to stay below normal for much of the rest of this week. And